Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's February, the start of February, I guess. It's not exactly the 1st of February, but it is the beginning of a new month, which means I'm going to go through my favorites from last month. So this video is going to be my January favorites. So I feel like my favorites tend to be like plants that I recently got, but I also have a lot of favorites that I've had for a while. One of those being this Hoya Cursi that I got, and this was from last year. I got this about a year ago, and it's just been growing and getting nice and long, and it's so full on top that how can this not be a favorite right now? Like, look at how beautiful it is. The sun's even like shining on it and making it so much more pretty. I just love like the little splashiness of it. And I also, if you watched any of my previous videos, I did a bunch of propagations off of it, so that's not even as full as it was. But I did propagate a bunch of little pots off of it, and they need to be watered, so they're a little dry. I tend to keep my propagations a little bit more moist so that they kind of have a chance to root. Next up is a newbie from last month. It is this variegated Monstera Addisonia. Oh my god, I'm so in love. I had the mint versions first, and I love those, but this one just put out a new leaf, so I feel like I have to mention that this is a favorite right now. It's so exciting when they put out new leaves. I don't know, I love this plant, and I love that if I can find one of the leaves, like all the different colors of green. Like, it's not just green and white or cream, it's like different shades of green too. You can kind of see that there's a lighter green and then a darker green, and down here you can see there's different shades going on. I just love that so much. And the sectoral variegation makes it really, really awesome too. So that's another favorite. This is another old one that I've had for a little while. I got it last year, well, towards the end of last year, so I haven't really had it for quite a year. It's from the fall of last year, and I have to mention it as a favorite because, one, it's one of my top favorite plants, but it also has put out these two new highly variegated leaves, and I feel like they need a little bit of a highlight in this month's video because look how freaking pretty those leaves are. Oh my gosh. Like, this is what it came, and it's like obviously variegated and everything, like you can see the variegation, but oh my gosh, the variegation on these leaves are popping. Oh my god, look how pretty that is. The whole thing's pretty, but and it's putting on a new leaf, look at that. So like, yeah, it's pretty anyway, but the fact that those like new leaves came out just in time for this video, oh my gosh. What are you eating, Theo? Another favorite on my list is going to be this Allocator. This was actually a big, sorry, I just bumped the mic. This was actually a big box store find. It just put out a new leaf as well. But if you look, there's actually like two separate plants in here, and one of them is variegated. Now, one of my cats unfortunately knocked off like the biggest variegated leaf, and it was my favorite, so I'm really sad about that. But there still is this little baby variegated one right here, if I can get it to pick up on camera. It's just so bright that it doesn't want to. But yeah, if you see the variegation, it wants my face. Those aren't pests, by the way, I've checked. I've been scouring my plants because I did find like that plant with a few mealybugs in it. But yeah, the biggest leaf got broken off. And this one over here doesn't seem to have any variegation on the leaves, but this one does. So I think something I'm going to do this month is I'm going to unpot it and see if there's any corms, and then plant the corms up and see if we get any other variegated growth going on from those guys. And I want to separate the variegated from the non-variegated. But yeah, this is an awesome plant anyway, just because it has the pink stems. So I already love the Allocator Pink Princess, but the fact that I found a variegated one is pretty freaking awesome. I think it was like $12 or something, so huge steal. It was on the discount rack too, like where they like put it on for clearance, so I'm mind blown that I found it. Next up is another older one from last year, or I might have had this for a little bit longer. It came off of the mother plant, and I did a video recently of this one. The moss has dried out already, so I'm going to have to soak it tonight. But this is Rapidora Rafa, I'll put it on the screen. I'm not even going to try. But it's a shingling plant that I took off of my really big one, and I mounted it on this piece of cork, and I'm going to hang it on the wall. But can we just, like, take a moment to appreciate how freaking pretty this looks? Minus the strings. But, like, I love mounted plants so much. They're so pretty. They're so beautiful. So, yeah, I'm super impressed with this one. This is definitely on my favorite list. What else? By the way, that I did film that video in January, but it didn't come out until like the 1st of February. So just so there's no confusion, it was actually a January plant. This is another one. I've had this one for a couple years now, and it is Hoya La Kunosa. I forget what form it is. I want to say, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but like, because I could be wrong. But I'll put it on the screen. Like, look how pretty. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite plants. And I'm so glad it didn't die in the move. Like, it wasn't even phased. Didn't lose leaves or anything. It's doing so good. And I'm, like, hyper fixated on it to try and keep it alive now. Like, it can't die. I feel like I've also found a new love, or refound my old love for Dischidia, Variegata Dischidia oyanthus. Because I also mounted this guy. I do have, like, a couple of full pots over there, but I'm just going to show that one because I'm still so happy with the mounted plants. But yeah, I do have a couple full pots. I made another small pot, and I took some cuttings for another plant person who's local. So I'm really, really excited for that. And next up is this King and Therium seedling. I went through one of my prop boxes in an old video, and found this guy that I had completely forgotten about that I even had. And I also uploaded that to my channel where I like check out the propagations I haven't looked at in months. And this was one of them. And it's got some new growth going on in there, if you can see down by the leca. So I'm super, super excited. And the leaves have been upsizing quite dramatically, so I'm really, really excited for that new leaf and new growth to come out. But yeah, this is another favorite of mine that I refound. And last but not least, I feel like this video is just not complete without mentioning the queen herself. This giant Philodendron strawberry shake that I got in January. It is so gorgeous. Look at the size of it. Like, it can't even fit on the camera without holding it back here. But oh my gosh, I'm so in love. I'm not even, like, I can't even look at it. So yeah, I obviously had to put this in here. It definitely is a top favorite of mine currently. I also have like a really tiny little one, but this was just plain impressive. So yeah, had to end the video with that one. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.